If I told you that 5 fruit trees in simple 5-gallon buckets could produce over 100 pounds of fruit per year in a regular suburban backyard, would you believe it? 3 years ago, I wouldn't have. I thought fruit trees were for people with land, acres, orchards, space I didn't have. Today, I grow lemons, figs, peaches, apples, and cherries in containers. No acreage, no greenhouse, no special property. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same, including the mistakes that kill most container fruit trees before they ever produce. If you only plant one tree from this list, make it a dwarf Meyer lemon. It produces almost year-round, and in a 5-gallon bucket, it stays between 4 and 6 feet tall. It's self-pollinating, so you only need one tree. Most beginners kill citrus for one simple reason: drainage. My first lemon tree died because I drilled 4 holes in the bottom of the bucket. That wasn't enough. Now I drill 8 to 10 drainage holes evenly across the bottom. Citrus will tolerate a lot. They will not tolerate sitting in water. For soil, keep it simple. 50% potting soil, 30% perlite, 20% compost, or use a citrus-specific mix from the store. Give it 8 to 12 hours of direct sun. A south-facing wall helps reflect heat and maximize light. Watering is simple. Stick your finger 2 inches into the soil. If it's dry, water thoroughly until it drains out the bottom. If it's still damp, leave it alone. Once established, you're looking at 10 to 30 lemons per year from a single bucket. And because they flower in waves, you'll often see blossoms, green fruit, and ripe yellow fruit on the same branch. Next is the dwarf fig. If you want the lowest barrier to entry for container fruit, this is it. Figs actually perform better with restricted root space. In a bucket, they focus on fruit instead of expanding roots. Varieties like Petite Negra, Chicago Hardy, Little Miss Figgy, and Violet de Bordeaux are all strong choices for containers. 6 to 8 hours of sun is ideal. They tolerate partial shade better than citrus, but less sun means less sweetness. Water when the top 2 to 3 inches of soil are dry. During fruiting, keep moisture consistent or the fruit can split. Go easy on fertilizer. Too much nitrogen gives you beautiful leaves and almost no fruit. A mature fig in a 5-gallon bucket can produce 15 to 40 figs per year across 2 harvest waves. When they soften, droop slightly, and show a small crack near the base, they're ready. The third tree is the dwarf peach. Most people assume peaches need land. Modern genetic dwarf varieties change that. These trees stay between 4 and 6 feet tall and produce full-sized peaches. But here's the step beginners skip: thinning. When the developing peaches reach marble size, remove fruit so there's one every 4 to 6 inches along each branch. If you don't thin, you'll get a lot of small, disappointing fruit. I learned that the hard way. Use a soil mix of 50% potting soil, 30% compost, and 20% perlite or pumice. Make sure your bucket has 8 to 10 drainage holes. Peaches need full sun, at least 6 to 8 hours daily. Water consistently during fruit development. Inconsistent moisture can cause fruit to split or drop early. A mature dwarf peach in a 5-gallon bucket can produce 12 to 24 full-sized peaches per year, usually in a concentrated 2-week window in midsummer. Tree number 4 is the dwarf apple. Apples in buckets work, but rootstock matters more than variety. Look for trees grafted onto M27 or M9 rootstock. Avoid anything labeled semi-dwarf. Choose spur-type varieties like Fuji or Gala, or compact types like Pixie Crunch or Garden Delicious. Most apple varieties need cross-pollination. You can plant 2 compatible varieties. Choose a self-fertile type or buy a multi-graft tree. Use a mix of 40% potting soil, 30% compost, 20% perlite, and 10% aged pine bark. Water consistently during the growing season. Never let the soil fully dry out during fruit development. When apples reach marble size, thin to 1 fruit per cluster, spacing them 4 to 6 inches apart. On dwarf rootstock, expect 8 to 15 apples per year by year 3. The 5th tree is the dwarf cherry. This one requires a bit more attention, but the payoff is worth it. Sour cherries and Duke cherries are easier in containers than traditional sweet varieties. Good container varieties include Romeo, North Star, Stella, and Crimson Passion. Use a mix of 50% potting soil, 25% compost, and 25% perlite or pumice. Cherries need full sun and consistent watering during fruit development, but reduce watering slightly as the fruit ripens to prevent splitting. Birds will find your cherries before you do. Net the tree as soon as the fruit starts changing color. A mature container cherry can produce 10 to 20 pounds of fruit annually. Across all 5 trees, 3 principles matter most: drainage, sunlight, and consistency. Drill at least 6 to 10 drainage holes in every bucket. Elevate containers slightly so water can escape freely. Consider placing your buckets on wheeled plant caddies so you can move them for sun exposure or protection during frost. Each spring, remove the top 2 to 3 inches of old potting mix and replace it with fresh compost and potting soil. Every 2 to 3 years, remove the tree from the bucket, trim about 20% of the outer roots, and replant in fresh soil to keep it productive. Add 1 to 2 inches of mulch on top of the soil surface to conserve moisture and moderate temperature. None of this requires a large yard. None of it requires expensive equipment. It requires the right variety, proper drainage, and consistent care. Start with 1 tree. Learn it, then expand. If you're working toward producing more of your own food, even in small ways, subscribe and follow along. That's what this channel is about. And if you want to explore small space self-sufficiency beyond just fruit trees, there's a resource linked in the description that walks through systems for food, water, and more. Let me know in the comments which tree you're starting with. I'll see you in the next video.